Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, March 30th, 2020. Looking at precipitation over the past month or so, you can see over the past 30 days, which is the image on the right, things have been quite dry across the central and northern portions of the Great Basin, doing a little better precipitation-wise across areas further south. If you look at the past 14 days, that's the image on the left, you can see that we have seen an increase in moisture across the Great Basin, across the northern part over the past 2 weeks. So a little pattern shift there with increased moisture across at least parts of northern Utah and western Nevada. However, on the whole, central and northern Nevada and southwestern and central Idaho do remain quite dry, looking at precipitation below normal over the past 30 and 14 days. If we look at snow over the past 72 hours, you can see that there was a smattering of new snow across the area. The most significant accumulations were seen across the central Utah mountains, looking at accumulations in the 8 to 12 inch range, but generally just a few inches across the higher elevations of the Great Basin over the past 72 hours. The image on the right shows us the snow depth, and you can see that the snow is really only in place on the surfaces across the higher elevations. Continuing to look at snow, this is our looking at how our snowpack for the year compares to normal. I know this is a question a lot of people start asking getting into this time of year, wondering how we're doing like on a season-long scale as far as how the snowpack looks. You can see, looking at Utah, things are looking pretty good, right around normal across pretty much the entire state. But that changes pretty drastically as you move north or west. Looking at Nevada, you can see pretty much the entire state is below normal, looking at some areas at 50% of normal. Southern Nevada has done quite well, but with the exception of that, we're really seeing below normal snowpack totals across Nevada. That's quite true for Idaho as well. You can see almost the entire portion of Idaho that's in our area is below normal, right around that 75% of normal range. And this is for those higher elevations. This is where those mountain snow sites are reporting. So this is just looking at the higher elevation, how their snow accumulation went through the year. And then finally moving into Wyoming, you can see that Wyoming did quite well, looking at around 125% of normal. So really the concern with snowpack and those higher elevations this year is across mainly Nevada and Idaho. Looking at the satellite today, you can see some clouds making their way into the Great Basin. We are looking at some unsettled weather in the upcoming week, and those clouds are moving in with some moisture that we're expecting. So for today, you can see some moisture in place across the area. Pretty cloudy out there this morning, and we are looking at good to excellent mixing across the Great Basin today. Looking at that in more detail, you can see some pretty strong transport winds are expected across much of northern Nevada into Idaho, and our mixing heights do look quite good. As we move into Tuesday, keeping that really good to excellent mixing across the area, seeing a little bit of clearing there with the moisture, but with the winds we're expecting, we will see good to excellent mixing across much of the area on Tuesday. Looking at those transport winds, you can see again, pretty healthy transport winds across almost the entire Great Basin on Tuesday. As we move into Wednesday, again, under the pressure of under the influence of a pretty large low pressure system that's influencing much of the western United States. And you can, again, see really good to excellent mixing again on Wednesday. That is due to those really good mixing heights, that low pressure in place, and we do have some elevated transport winds across portions of Utah and Nevada. So looking at the forecast clearing index over the next 3 days, really looking at good to excellent clearing indices through Wednesday. Over the next 3 days, precipitation will be focused across the northern part of the Great Basin. As we move into Thursday, again, low pressure in place, influencing the entire area, and we are looking, again, at good to excellent mixing across the majority of the area Thursday. Moving into Friday, pretty similar story, really good to excellent mixing again Friday, starting to see some moisture move back into the area as a smaller low pressure system begins to push moisture in towards the area. Then moving into Saturday, again, good, excellent mixing across the area with some more weather disturbances moving through the Great Basin. And finally, looking at Sunday, yet another day of good to excellent mixing across the area. Looking at some more unsettled weather moving into this weekend with many weather disturbances impacting the area. In the 4 to 5 day period, precipitation accumulations will mainly, again, be across the northern part of the Great Basin where we are closer to those weather disturbances moving through. Finally, in the 8 to 14 day outlook, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above normal precipitation across the entire area, with above normal temperatures across about the southwestern portions of the Great Basin, and a small sliver of the area could see below normal temperatures. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thank you.